Welcome, everybody. And yes, it's the NWO theme that I'm using here. Sorry, just moving it along. Anyways, yes, welcome here to the Sports Talk Network. Welcome to everybody watching live, even those maybe from my fellow castmates of Who Done It, Twitter version game of the Who Done It show that used to be. Sorry about the moving of the camera. Used to be on ABC. For those that are watching for the first time, whether it's castmates of our Twitter game or you're just randomly rambling Randall come upon this video late night as a storm's coming through, thunder and lightning coming to the north of where I am, my location. But as you can see, there's helmets in the background. I do have my matchup of the week that I do each and every week heading into an NFL week, so that's want to share that. Each and every week I do previews for the next upcoming week, and in week 2 following to week 17, I do the recap of the previous week. I don't really want to. I don't really care to recap the preseason because yes, the preseason does matter in ways, but not as much as or needing to speak about the preseason games. We have week 1 starting already this Thursday night with starting up the NFL season with the Super Bowl champions getting a home game, and that's the way that should kick off. Each and every year you have the NFL champions, the Super Bowl champions starting off the season. Usually it's a rematch of Super Bowl game, but as you can tell, the Patriots are not part of that game. It's the Atlanta Falcons facing the champion Philadelphia Eagles. Now for the Green Bay Packers, my team that I support, team that I am a shareholder of, we play on Sunday, and we play against the Chicago Bears, who just acquired Khalil Mack from the Oakland Raiders. So Khalil Mack coming from the AFC West now to the mighty NFC North. Awesome to have him there. I did want to share, though, on Twitter also of the Who Done It game that I'm a part of. I'm actually going to screen share if I remember how to do that, but I want to share that because it's something that I'm glad to be a part of. And it's a reason why the show here, this podcast right here, Talking Packers with Steve, is now going to be on Tuesday nights instead of Wednesday nights. Because Wednesday nights is going to be game playing time. So I'm going to go to it. 2018 Who Done It. And I just wanted to, promote this while I'm waiting for my friend here's to join me. All right, so here, let's screen share this. Hold on. Sorry about this taking a while. Application, share, present to everyone. There we go. And there's my other accounts right here. And my friend, Mounty's Corner, who's following, who's a fan of mine. And here they already have another new tweet here. Let's see here. Tune in tomorrow night to see the first riddle of the year. It should be a good one. That's all for me. Good evening, Giles. Giles, leader of the day. So check out the show, actually. You can find it on the ABC app. But this is their Twitter handle at 2018 Who Done It right here. And the description. And here are all the players. We have KB at Bromley_Kennedy. We have Gavin at Gavin_James_10. We have Michaela Henry at Michaela Henry 3. We have Ross at Rauschenberg. We have myself at Army_Strong_06. That is my personal Twitter handle. But for the show, it's at Talking_Packers. Marty Edwards at Marty_Edwards. And we got Caleb at Caleb P_24. Tanneruin at Tanneruin6. Mike Jones at 4N6 Teacher. Dory at Nightly West. And there's that's simply and too deep. Even though, yes, you can just go to the Twitter handle and read all these and see all these. I just wanted to share. And Bill at Theater Geek 1. Bada bing, bada boom, how you doing? And those are our players. And this game is fun. And that's why I wanted to dedicate myself for it, heading into tomorrow with the riddle going on and that stuff for that game. And I just wanted to share that to those who care and those that want to support me. So welcome to follow me on Twitter. On my personal Twitter handle at Army_Strong_06. Also here at the sports or here at Talking Packers with Steve at Talking_Packers for the podcast itself. But I did want to share that because that's the reason why I will not be doing Talking Packers with Steve on Wednesday evenings, as I so regularly do. So moving forward, at least for as long as I play, right, I might be the next one killed off, the next one eliminated. But if I'm not, if I make it all 16 weeks, it's like an NFL season. It's going through the NFL season here, starting here during the week of week 1 and moving on all the way to the end, all the way to Christmas and holiday time. So if I make it all the weeks, whether I'm the winner or the loser or the killer, I was trying to do a Giles voice, but anyways, for those that watch the show and those are. So I did want to shout out, like I said, shouting out all my fellow castmates on this Twitter version. I do hope that this does make ABC take notice. I know some of the former castmates have spoke with me, and I think even some others on Twitter, let alone in the DMs, wishing us luck individually, following the show Twitter handle. Again, the Twitter game show, not the actual show. But hopefully, maybe the actual show itself does return, and I would love to be casted on that. Because I think I would do well with people, being face to face, actually, going to a morphine about any crime scenes, less known whereabouts. It's a little different with Twitter. Not only can you not understand, that's why I retweeted one of my castmates because she got the question here in tonight's Q&A, which thank goodness happened before my podcast. But she was saying how, with her answering her question, because I think the game was asking her, what's the hardest thing to you about playing the Twitter version game compared to if you were cast for the actual game on television? And she talked about how it's hard to really engage people because you can't see them. You can't see their nonverbals when they're answering or talking to you or answering questions. And that's very true. I was thinking the exact same thing, right? We're not doing this video message-wise. We're not doing stuff like that way in our interactions. It's all typing. It's all Twitter. DMs mostly, obviously, not actual tweets, because then everybody would know what you're saying to each other, because that's public viewing. But I do enjoy it. I do like murder mystery kind of games, books, and otherwise, I was actually continuing and restarting to listen to audio version on audible.com. Everybody check that out, audible.com. Hopefully, if I become something here on YouTube, I'll be able to have a code for people to get a free month with Steve's Wrestling Ramble or here Talking Package with Steve. Like I said, I think I can become something. And I think I enjoy what I do. Enjoy talking football. I enjoy talking WWE. I enjoy talking with others, whether they're part of the show or I'm watching live. And don't worry, I'll tweet this out to Whodunit and my castmates for them to see my my shout out. But overall, it's time to play the game. But right here for this show, it's time to talk football. So I'm sorry, I just wanted to bring that up because I'm really honored and happy to be part of that show. I had to go through 2 rounds of application to get through it. So it was serious stuff. As much as it's a Twitter game, I still take it seriously like it is the actual TV show game, like it's an actual real game with actual real dollar cash prizes for winners. Because I'm sure there isn't, because it's a Twitter version game. But it's still bringing rights if you win, if you're the winner, and unmask the killer. All right, anyways, let's move on. Let's move on to here. And but like I said, if you want to support me, hashtag Team Kapleen, KOPPLN. Hashtag Team Kapleen on Twitter. Don't forget, if you do that, have that Twitter handle like I shared earlier in my screen share at 2018 Whodunit, and obviously myself, my personal handle at Army_Strong_06, so they know that, hey, Stevie K here, Steve-O has some supporters that are actually vocal on Twitter. But I also thank Mounty's Corner. Thanks, Eddie, for following the game and keeping up as much as you want to, as much as you can. Appreciate it, bro. NWO for reasons. But anyways, let's actually talk football. Okay, we're here, week 1, NFL football season. Whodunit game. This game is an uncertain, very interesting first week of action, right? So it starts Thursday night and it goes all the way to the doubleheader. As they do each and every season, they have a doubleheader for Monday Night Football, and this is no different. We're going to have another doubleheader this Monday night to kick off the 2018 season for the NFL, and I'm looking forward to it. And I also wanted to, sorry, just checking things. Anyways, but let's go down the line. Let's predict some of these games. let's predict some of these games and let's get rolling. And then my guest is able to make it. My friend, my amigo, my fellow Packer fan and shareholder. He'll be able to give our in-depth thought with the Packers game. But right now, I'm just going to go through the rest of the games to start with the kickoff game. The Atlanta Falcons versus the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday night. Falcons versus the Eagles. I'm going to go with the defending Super Bowl champions to get the winner over the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to go 27-16 Eagles over the Falcons. We did announce for the Philadelphia Eagles who the starting quarterback is. Well, that's probably not. Who knows? But who knows? But Nick Foles is in command of the team again for now. Right, for now. Like, it's not going to be the whole season, but for now, for at least week 1, it's his team. Moving right along, the Cincinnati Bengals against Stephen A. is at Stephen A. 1181. His Indianapolis Colts. Bengals at Colts. Andrew Luck coming back off the season surgery that he had last season. Obviously, I have the Colts beat the Bengals. I have the Colts stomping a mud hole in them and walking them dry. I have the Colts beating the Bengals 45-17 there. Not to say the Bengals suck, but the Colts, Andrew Luck, something to prove. First game, ready to do things. Or as he'll probably say in the press conference, I was just feeling loose and I wanted to keep that going. Sort of thing. So there we go. Bills, Ravens. Interesting in a different way. At Ravens Shogun, my friend over at Team Boy TV Live, his Baltimore Ravens facing the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with the Ravens defeating the Bills, but in a close game. Oh, also for the Ravens. At Ravens Shogun and at Splash Bro Kyron, my co-host over at Steve's Wrestling Ramble. He will be unable to make some shows for the next month or so, or whatever, however time where he is going to college. I miss my college days, but hey, it was fun, and I'm sure he'll have a good time. Maybe more time. Maybe a good time learning, good time socializing, whatever good time, he'll have it. But those two are Ravens fans, and I have the Ravens over the Buffalo Bills, 16-14 Ravens over the Bills there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Jameis Winston, he's out. He's not playing. He's suspended for 2 weeks. So I'm going with the Saints over the Buccaneers, 27-13. And 13 points for Tampa Bay is being nice. I'm doing that because Lindsey Bell, the beautiful former Tampa Bay cheerleader, a friend of mine at Lindsey Bell on Twitter. And for my matchup of the week, as you can see here, it's Houston Texans, New England Patriots in New England. My matchup of the week because of, well, the matchup, defense versus offense. J.J. Watt versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady, the best quarterback in the NFL. And yes, I'm saying that as a Packer fan. And also, Tom Brady, J.J. Watt, that battle is going to be intense. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a great game. I'm going to go with the Patriots over the Texans, 27-23. Close game. It's going to be fun. Now, here's another matchup that's going to be fun, but in a different way. The San Francisco 49ers facing up against NFC North rivals of mine, or at least my team that I cheer on. Not actually me. I don't play for the Packers. But anyways, for my team, the Minnesota Vikings, 49ers, Vikings in Minnesota there in that awesome stadium, U.S. Bank Stadium, which also did host and shall at some point hopefully host a WrestleMania, as well as it did host the Super Bowl. Anyways, Vikings, 49ers, like I said, this is going to be interesting in the other way because you have Jimmy Garoppolo, now going one-on-one with the new Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback there, the former Redskins, Washington team's quarterback. So it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic goes. Because it's going to be an interesting dynamic with those two quarterbacks battling it out. But I see it being back and forth kind of lash indeed. But I'm going to actually go with the San Francisco 49ers. No. You know what? I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings over the 49ers. 35-34, 1-point win. 35-34 Vikings over the 49ers in a game that may not look like it's going to be the best of the weekend or the best of week 1. But by all said and done, when it's over, when those TV shows in that Monday morning get up, Mike and Mike on the radio, First Take, and then the other ones on the other shows, Undisputed, and all the other sports shows, TV and radio, Dan Patrick Show, they're going to be saying, or maybe not, again, their opinion, but I would think they'd be saying, and I'm assuming and predicting they're going to be saying that the 49ers and Minnesota Vikings game was the game of the week. Over Texas Patriots, over Packers Bears, over Eagles Falcons, and even more so over Cowboys Panthers, because no. Anyways, at least for week game of the week. I'm just saying. Sorry, buddy. My friend at Teamboy TV, the host of Teamboy TV Live, is a Carolina Panthers fan. But yeah. Anyways, moving right on from my predictions, the Tennessee Titans facing off against the Miami Dolphins. Sorry about moving the camera here. There we go. Sorry about that. Titans against the Dolphins. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins over the Titans, 20-13. The Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that I like. The team that I've liked since their inception, since the beginning in the NFL. Now, at that time, I was young, and it was because I liked their logo, and I still do. Their uniforms look cool, too. But their team has actually become something, and cool, and good, and awesome, just as much as their logo and that stuff is. I'm going to go with the Jaguars over the Giants. A road victory to start off the season. That's how it's done. Yes, against the Giants' new shiny toy, Saquon Barkley, the rookie running back, which I would say should be out in the front of the gates to be and should be Rookie of the Year. At the very least, offensive Rookie of the Year, but we'll see. But here, I'm going to go with Jaguars over the Giants, 27-23. Close game there, of course. Steelers against the Browns. Now, this isn't your every other year in the past always been Cleveland Browns. They got some swagger. They're going to bring it. They're going to win games. Right? There's not going to be each and every week for teams that, you have the Browns this week, automatic win. This and that. We have the Browns. Okay. Well, I guess I don't have to read my playbook too much. No. You need to track the lag because the Browns are now an official NFL team again. Why? Because of one man. One man that I didn't think the Browns should have gotten, but they did, and now I see why. His personality may rub off negatively to some people, and for me it was a little bit when he was in college. It seemed like he was a smart ass. But all quarterbacks have an ego, and the greatest ones in the NFL have the greatest egos. I'm even saying that as a Packer fan. Aaron Rodgers sometimes annoys me with stuff he says in interviews and ego and otherwise, but he's a Packer and I deal with it. Okay? So I get it. He's one of the best. The only one better than him, Tom Brady. Yep. See, that shows how impartial I am, right? So, so with the Browns and their selection there, and with their number one pick, with him there in the helm, with that guy, do not need to speak of, you know who I'm talking about. Certainly going to be muy interesante. That's for sure. Just trying to check some things. I mean, because you have these wide receiver core, especially with Josh Warren coming back. Le'Veon Bell, that's up in the air if he's even going to play. Probably, but there's that standoff there with him. You know what? Just for the purpose of it, I'm going to go with the Steelers over the Browns. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland actually beat Pittsburgh here at home. Remember last season, the Jacksonville Jaguars had the Steelers. Oh, sorry. Jacksonville Jaguars actually had the Steelers number beat them twice, regular season and in the playoffs. And that's the Jacksonville Jaguar team that themselves were bottom feeders for their division. And the Browns, who faced the Steelers twice a year, here at home. Oh, I so much want to pick Cleveland because of their new shiny tool quarterback. And just how it seems so different there in Cleveland for the Cleveland fans and for the Cleveland franchise and their team. But I'm going to pick Pittsburgh. I'm going to have a close game here for this first matchup for the Browns' new season as an official NFL team. Because it seems like I think they're back, and I think they're going to be winning some games and maybe shocking people and win and actually finish 8-8. If the Browns finish 8-8, that would shock people, just because of what we're used to the Browns being. But here I'm going to go the Steelers over the Browns, 21-13, and there you go. Moving right along, we got the Chiefs against the Chargers. I'm just going to simply go with the Chiefs over the Chargers. Road victory here against the LA Chargers, formerly the San Diego Chargers, but LA Chargers. Chiefs over Chargers, 23-13 there in the low-scoring game, or somewhat low-scoring. But Kansas City improved things. Show that they're still a team to beat along that division overall, with Oakland making the silly move of getting rid of Khalil Mack. Chiefs, primetime chance to take over that division for sure. And start off with a great win against a division foe. And all these matches, or most of these, are division matches to start off the show, or start off the week, start off the season. I'm going with the Chiefs over the Chargers there. And moving right along, Cowboys Panthers. I got the Panthers over the Cowboys. Yes, Panthers over the Cowboys. Panthers over the Cowboys 23-20. Late game field goal, getting the win there. Carolina defeating Dallas. Too much to say there. Washington team against the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Arizona, are they going to go with their rookie as a starter? The Bills actually didn't go with their rookie, but that's the Bills. This is Arizona. I'm going to go with Arizona getting the win over Washington in a low-scoring game, and I truly mean low-scoring game, 12-3. Arizona over Washington there. Seattle Seahawks against the Denver Broncos at Get With It Sports Glass. Up Team Boy TV Live, his Denver Broncos against, not his fan, against him, his Seattle Seahawks. Their team's battling it out to start the season. Non-divisional battle, of course. Formerly, the Seahawks used to be in the AFC, used to be in that division back in the day, for those that remember. You know what I'm talking about. Back when it was 3 divisions each side. I'm going to go with the Broncos over the Seahawks. Broncos over the Seahawks, 27-20. There we go. And as I usually do, the Packer game is the last to be predicted. And it actually is the Sunday night game, but we're going to move on here to the Monday night doubleheaders. The Jets against the Lions. This one's going to be interesting in its own right on the other end of the spectrum than the interestingness of the matchup of the helmets I have behind me. Jets and Lions, because you have the Jets, which with their rookie quarterback and star, and people think that with how they've been playing in the preseason, that's going to automatically equivalent and equal that they're going to be in the playoffs, let alone maybe even making a run just like that to the Super Bowl. I don't know about that, but I do think obviously there's going to be an improvement with the New York Jets team. Like, we're actually going to care, take notice, and highly respect what they do during the season, because I do see them making a run. But does it start on Monday Night Football? Does it start there against the Detroit Lions? Sam Bradford, home. They get to kick off the season at home? Yeah, I don't think so. Sorry, Jets. You're going to be something, but your rookie, at least for the very first game, if he does start, which I think that's going to be official here in just a couple of days, if not minutes after I'm done with this podcast, is announced there to New York media. But Lions over the Jets, 23-20. Lions over Jets. For those that are watching live, welcome to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't be shy. But then again, I myself am a hashtag introvert, so it be what it be. And I'm the one hosting these things. Anyways, let's go to the other Monday night game. We got the Rams battling the Raiders, now playing their first game of starting the season here without Khalil Mack. They decided to do that and trade him to Chicago Bears, so we get to face him. So cool, I guess. Or my team gets to face him. So I'm going with the Rams over the Raiders. Yes, a road win for Rams. Taylor wants for Clark County. All right, hold on.
Southern Clark County, there's been no reports really of anything other than the Doppler indicated, the radar indicating a possibility of a strong rotation in that storm.
Sorry about that. I had to check this for.
Tornado. But again, that is Southern Clark County, and that is set to expire here within just a couple of minutes. All right, here's what we're looking at in terms of the overall view of everything going on. I have all this.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to check that, for real life stuff, real things. Severe storms coming around my area, and there's a tornado warning a couple counties away and many cities away to the north of me. So I'm watching WSAW, WSAW.com, News Channel 7 for central and north central Wisconsin. So, I shout out everybody. I mean, as much as maybe that's not a good thing, that's what I do. I'm a nice guy. The people who play whodunit already know that. They'll use that to a detriment as much as a positive, but I don't care. That's me. Like if I even tried to not be myself, whether in person or online, people could see right through it. So why not be yourself? It's actually a smart way to play a game. It's also a smart way to live life. I mean, I'm looking for a girlfriend, but I'm not going to change myself for that. They're going to like me for my quips and weirdness and whateverness, not in spite of it. But anyways, okay, now I can move on from the weather, and now we can talk about the Packers against the Bears in Green Bay for Sunday. No tornado watches or warnings at that point for Green Bay. Anyways, yeah, Bears Packers. I got the Packers over the Bears, 45-21. Go Pack, go. Right, I just want to read this news thing. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it for week 1. I just wanted to check and see for the weather-wise. I'm watching my news station here, and I'm also checking Twitter and seeing other things as well. Just seeing if my friend is able to make it here. Let's see if he's actually been able to make it. I mean, it is 8:30. If he is able to, that'd be cool. I'll just stay here on here just a little bit while I wait and see if that's the case. All right, yeah, sorry about the silence here, but I'm just waiting to see if my friend is able to make it on here to talk more in depth with the Packers matchup, the Chicago Bears. I go through pretty much the. If you are new to the channel, welcome to subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, share the video, RKO the video, do whatever you want to do with the video. I mean, here in my area, I just want to share again with the weather-wise. We do have a tornado watch up until 10 p.m. Central, so yeah, that's why I was focusing on that. So again, apologize for the silence, especially if this is your first video you're watching on my channel, let alone first podcast you're watching on my channel overall. I do my wrestling podcast. Look at that, Badgers. Oh, Badgers. They got to win. They got to win for week 1. Last week, technically. Because now they're already into week 2 for. Dang it, sorry about that. Week 2 for college football. But yeah, anyways, that's actually pretty cool in that sense. I'm just going to see if he's able to. Probably not, but I just want to see. Beyond that, not too much else to talk about with the NFL stuff going on. I mean, the Packers and Rodgers did get paid highest player in the NFL now. So we got, that, and that was cool. And also we got Khalil Mack coming to the Bears, and Rodgers getting paid. The Packers looking ready to go. They released the other quarterback, Brett Hundley. Yes, Coca-Cola. I'm trying to get off of caffeine drinks. I usually have mug root beer, caffeine free, but it's not yet shopping day. Or at least not this shaved and cut. All right, but anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, not too much else to talk about with the NFL. I'm just waiting here to see if my friend is able to make it and jump on to talk about specifically with the Packers and our matchup against the Chicago Bears. I do think it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Whether Khalil Mack is able to play or not, um, I don't know. I don't know about the rules that, like, if you just pick up a player days before or whatever, let alone weeks before, that's different, right? And this is the opening of the season. But days before the opening of the season or days before the next week game or something, and you get a player, whether it's a player of the caliber of Khalil Mack or any player, is he eligible to play in the next game? Right? So I don't know how that works. I think he is. I think it's up to him individually. But I would venture to say that he will be playing and starting for the Bears. At the very least, they'll have somebody start at least for the first quarter, somebody else in that spot, and then Khalil playing starting off in the second quarter and moving forward. However, but I do think and probably assume that he'll be starting from the start of the game against us because it's a Sunday night game. It's not like a noon game. It's not a Thursday game. So with that added time and added, in the day and having it being the Sunday night game, which is pretty awesome actually for us Packer fans and otherwise to have that to be the case. First game being Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football on NBC. That's how you do. You kick off with a Packer game for the regular season. You got Aaron Rodgers versus Khalil Mack. You have even more storyline, let alone the rivalry that is the best rivalry in football, in American football here, pro football. Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers. That's the best rivalry in football and the most storied and oldest rivalry in pro football. Period. Like I said, I'm just waiting here to see if my amigo is able to join me. I don't think he is because he was busy and doing things, but he said he might try to. Oh, he's typing now, so we'll see what he says. The game is afoot, right? But I will be tweeting out this video to my castmates of who done it, so they hear my my shout out and see my screenshot shot out there. And he said he might not be able to make it, which is fine. Let me see what other else stuff with the NFL. There's not too much else NFL stuff to be bringing up. I mean, these games are certainly going to be interesting and spectacular in their own ways of how they're all going to go down, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. That's for sure. But anyways, okay, I guess I'll let it go from there since they don't have too much else to really say. I'll get ready to watch live, watch archive. And I will be seeing you guys next week here on Tuesdays for the foreseeable future, for as long as I am still a part of that Whodunit game, Twitter version game, for as long as I'm part of that, unless until I'm eliminated. The shows will then be here on Tuesday nights when I am eliminated. Then it'll probably go back to Wednesday nights, and I'll just follow, like, fan of the show I would be at that time. A fan of the show at that time I'd be reverted back to, which is fine. It is what it is, right? Just casually watching it as I host my podcast. So I do have my other devices that I can have Twitter opened up to. So, yeah, as I do anyway. So I think that should do it. I think I should have done it of awesomeness. Like I said, this is my matchup of the week: Houston against New England in New England. It's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be super duper awesome. This blanket from the Super Bowl, the Packers won it, which feels like forever ago. I think it was 2009. So, it's a thing with us, as we were kind of spoiled as Packer fans winning Super Bowls, with each of our great starting quarterbacks were two of the best in the NFL, or arguably two of the best in the NFL, period, history. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, both winning one Super Bowl. Brett at least went to a second one, and that was right in a row. He went to two in a row. Won the first, lost the second. Now Aaron's went to 1-1-1. So his winning percentage is greater than Brett's, but Brett at least went to another one. So we'll see with Aaron if we go to another Super Bowl before he retires or force him to retirement. Maybe Khalil Mack will knock his ass out or something, and he'll be out for another season, and that kind of ends his career. Not because it can't be repaired, but it's time to the point, the age catching up with your career. So there you'll be. But either way, it's going to be an awesome football season, and I am looking forward to everything starting on Thursday night. Thursday night football, as it is each and every year. Now it's also on CBS. So usually we're just on NFL Network. Now it's also on CBS. But yeah, we'll certainly see. But yeah, I talk about everything here: football, wrestling, other things. Just want to check something else here. So I'm checking out the Twitter. One was, oh dang, I did that wrong. Mm. All right, let me see if I can find. We're still live doing the NFL. All right, just waiting here, seeing if he's able to. I don't know if he is. So I'm checking other things. I mean, weather-wise as well, because we have storms coming through. That's why I'm kind of silent too, because watching the weather, some top of the radars, blah blah blah. And I did want to still stay live. All right, well, I guess I will just end it here. Continue to be silent forever. Hope you all do have a great rest of your evening. Take care, stay safe, and above all else, as always, take care.